Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thanks for joining me once again here on Talkin Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. I'm going to start off by congratulating Joyce on his victory on Saturday night over Christian Hammer. A big defeat has now put Joyce in a pretty good position to challenge, whether that's successful or not, for the heavyweight championship, at least moving up the ranks, whether he gets to fight the winner of the Anthony Joshua-Alexander Usyk fight. My prediction is Usyk's going to win. My prediction is that Tyson Fury is going to want to fight Usyk, so that will put Joyce in a position possibly to fight Anthony Joshua. And anyway, but let's just hope that that heavyweight division gets unclogged, as it seems to be clogged up with a lot of European fighters at the moment. In other boxing news, shots heard around the world, as I described last week, Zolani Tete absolutely destroyed Jason Cunningham, and is now putting himself in a great position to fight Murodjan Ahmadiyeva. I can't remember how to pronounce that guy's name, but anyway, the matter is Tete is now 30-4, 23 knockouts, and he's let me just quickly read this here. He has called out IBF and WBA super bantamweight champ Ahmadiyeva last Saturday after stopping number 6 WA ranked Jason Cunningham, and that was over in Wembley, England. So that was a good fight, great fight actually. I think Mike Gore picked it as knockout of the week. Let's move along quickly to our other stories before we get too caught up in events that have been captured and described in other Talking Fight channels. Let's have a quick look here at the results that took place over in Indonesia on July 1st. Happened to be Canada Day. We were celebrating over here. But over in Indonesia, they had a big battle between Salam Sarang and Frankie Rohai, number 3, by the way. After going 1-1 in 2 previous encounters, Indonesian rivals Salam Sarang and Frankie Rohai fought in a decider with the vacant WBO International Light Flyweight title on the line, as I said, on Friday, July 1st. At the bar lies, Sabina in Jakarta, Sarang was a slight favorite, having won their second fight in November of 2021, albeit by split decision and 3 straight coming in. But Rohai was determined to set the record straight, believing he deserved the nod last time, boxed confidently from the start. Both former Indonesian national champions. It was a tough and entertaining fight, but Rohai got the upper hand with knockdowns in round 4 and 10. Sarang beat the referee's count on both times and gamely tried to turn the tide, but in large periods, he was coming out second best from the exchanges. After 10 rounds of boxing, judges John Yoteni and Jamie Litu scored the fight 97, 96, 98, 91 in favor of Rohai, while Judge Nus Rahini had it even at 94, 94. So the new WBO International Light Flyweight champion by majority decision, Rohai has now improved his professional record to a very misleading 8, 12, and 1, while Sarang now drops to 18, 23, and 3. Anyway, the fight was one of the feature bouts of the show promoted by MPRO International in association with Evolution Fight Series. Let's move halfway around the world to Bolton, England, where fight fans were watching Joe McGrail take on Stefani Nicola. Liverpool's exciting super bantamweight prospect Joe McGrail extended his start to life as a professional with a comfortable points win on Saturday night. As I said, that fight took place at the Bolton Whites Hotel, and the 19-year-old won a 4-round contest with Romania's experienced Stefan Nicolai, 40-36 in Barnsley, an opponent McGrail has described as tricky. McGrail, now 4-0 in the paid ranks, was in firm control throughout and troubled his rival in the final round with some eye-catching backhands and body shots. But Nicolai held on until the final bell. McGrail was the clear winner, though, and continues his run since turning professional in December. Congratulations to Pete McGrail. Let's move on now to another part of the world where more boxing was taking place this weekend. In Carangate, Milan, Italy, at the Centro Sportivo, Dario Morelli went toe-to-toe against Melvin Wasing. Italian Dario Spartan Morelli won the vacant WBO International Middleweight title on Saturday night, July 2nd, at the Sportivo in Carangate, Milan. Morello was in with a game opponent in Dutch co-challenger Melvin Wasing, but was effective with his hooks and uppercuts in a fight where both men looked determined and willing to trade. In round 5, the ringside doctor decided that bleeding Wasing should not be allowed to continue due to a broken nose, making Morelli the winner and new champion by technical knockout. The official time of the stoppage was 2 minutes and 50 seconds. The former national and WBO global champion at welterweight, Morelli, 29 years of age, improved his impressive professional record to 19-1. Wasing, who's 30, he's coming off 2 victories, now falls to 11-11-4. The fight was the main event of an outdoor show promoted by Taverniti Promotion. Finally, we'll move on to another result out of England. This is an upcoming fight. Matt Craddock, which will take place in Birmingham in England at the H Suite. Matt Craddock is going up against a fighter to be announced. And as this article reads, there could be more thrills and spills from Matt Craddock as he continues to be a game addition to the lower weights. He goes again when BCB Promotions stage their next show at the H Suite in Edgbaston, Birmingham on Sunday, July 10th. Craddock is only engaged in 6 pro fights so far, but is establishing a reputation of being an exciting contest, evidenced by his last outing in February. There he dropped erstwhile campaigner Steve McGuire in the second session of their 6-rounder, only to be dumped on the canvas himself during the third. They both saw the final bell, however, when Craddock had his hand raised to a 58-55 scoreline to record his 5th victory as a pro. And that was his 3rd straight 6-round affair, also going the distance with Stephen Jackson last November, and that finished with a 58-56 decision to Craddock. Those stage at Super Bantam, but he sees his feet in the bantamweight division, where he's planning to campaign towards potential title opportunities. Aren't they all? All right, let's move along now to another fight upcoming. Ray's Boxing Promotion adds NABA title fight to their July 16th card. Looks like a decent card indeed. Ray's Boxing Promotions is proud to announce hard-hitting Zolt the Phenom Darangi will fight for the NABA Welterweight Championship Saturday, July 16th at Dowtree Gym in Braintree, Massachusetts. Born in Hungary and fighting out of Toronto, I did not know that. Darangi won national amateur championships in both countries, and as a pro, he's 17-1 with 16 wins by knockout. Something not to be messed with. The 27-year-old is trained by boxing legend Lennox Lewis and captured the Canadian welterweight title in his most recent bout, a 2nd-round knockout of Flavio Mitchell on May 7th. In his upcoming fight, Darangi's opponent will be announced shortly. I'm really excited to have Zolt on the card, said Michael Reyes, CEO of Reyes Boxing Promotions. He has aspirations of fighting top welterweights, so winning impressively would be a big step in the right direction. Yeah, I'd say so. 6'10" heavyweight Donnie Palmer out of Dorchester, Massachusetts meets Argentina's Ricardo El Tigre Ramirez in a 6-round contest. Palmer owns an impressive 11-1 record with 9 victories coming via knockout. The Palmer-Ramirez matchup is for the ABF heavyweight title. Taunton, Massachusetts, Marquez Bates meets Argentine Gabriel Chilo Calfin in a 6-round matchup for the ABF junior welterweight title. Bates is 10-4 and is facing his most experienced foe to date in Calfin, who is a 44-fight veteran. Wow. Undefeated middleweight Anthony Big Daddy Hines out of Dorchester, Massachusetts, puts his 8-0 record on the line against Diego Marochi out of Argentina in a 6-rounder. In October 2021, Hines scored his best victory to date, a unanimous decision over former world title challenger Fidel Munoz. Elsewhere on this fight card, great fight card indeed. Casey James Streeter, 10-2-1, will leather with New Orleans Javier Mayoral in a 6-round junior middleweight bout. In a 4-round undercard matchup, we have Justin Morales facing Thomas Kenny, Agundo battling Christian Guido, Jason Quick challenging Heinrich Kakaris, Christian Pedro meeting Jimmy Levins, and Kevin Rodriguez matches up with Richard Barnard. Speaking of the heavyweights that I spoke of earlier, heavyweight Robert Saban out of Brooklyn, New York, is also scheduled to fight in a 4-rounder against an opponent to be named. There are a number of good names. There are a number of good New England fighters on this card, and 3 of them, Marquez Bates, Donnie Palmer, and Anthony Hines, are fighting for ABF titles, said Reyes. Casey James Streeter has an incredible story, while James Quirk looks to keep his unbeaten record after being out of the ring for nearly 5 years. Michael Agundo is fighting for the first time in Massachusetts after traveling all over the world to face top fighters. And Kevin Rodriguez is always an exciting fight. The fans will definitely get their money's worth July 16th. Good stuff. Good stuff out of Massachusetts, Reyes Boxing Promotions. Good luck to them. But when we look forward to the results as well, we were always promoting the so-called little guys, although I'm sure they won't consider themselves little guys. Now, jumping ahead to the O2 Arena in London, England, it's just been announced that KSI, somewhat of a well-known fella in the social media world, is going up against Alex Wasabi. Let me read this to you because it's kind of convoluted and it involves DAZN. The DAZN group, the blah, 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 yeah, we know who they are, in partnership with social media megastar KSI and his promotional company, Misfits Boxing, in association with the Sauerland brothers, Wasserman Boxing, and Proper Loud, will launch the new MF and DAZN X series, a pioneering new crossover series that will showcase the biggest global names in entertainment, sport, and lifestyle face each other in blockbuster boxing events. These spectacular fight nights will bring boxing fans all around the world the premium and professional live sports action guaranteed with DAZN alongside a supercharged production fit for the stars and icons of the entertainment world and beyond. Let's move quickly ahead after all their promotional blabber. I will take a quote here from Joseph Markowski. He's the executive vice president over DAZN. DAZN's mission is to deliver the best schedule in boxing for the best price. I find that hard to believe here in North America, by the way. But anyway, but also to reach new audiences and the next generation of fight fans. Partnering with the platforms of the biggest stars in entertainment will only help us do that. We see this partnership as a major growth opportunity for our business. In partnering with KSI, we have achieved record-breaking success with, or we will build a long-term presence as the home of a new emerging sports category. Tune in on the 27th of August for an incredible night that will showcase competitive pro matchups featuring the biggest crossover names alongside DAZN's best-in-class production capabilities. With over 50 million followers across his social media platforms, a #1 hit album, multiple Brit Award nominations, and an unbeaten record in the ring, KSI is one of the world's most recognizable faces. Although you could not pay me $1 million to pick him out of a crowd. His record-breaking foray into boxing commanded global attention when he fought fellow social media megastar, put that in air quotes, Logan Paul, live on DAZN in 2019. With over 18 million followers and 4.5 billion views, Alex Wasabi is one of the most recognized Filipino-American content creators of the past 16 years. While Alex originally set out to bring laughter and joy to millions of viewers through his sketch comedy skits, his focus now is firmly on boxing, with his first victory coming in March, beating, wait for it, KSI's younger brother, Tete. Alex's goal is to prove that through discipline, hard work, and the love of competition, anything is possible. I invite you all to please visit the boxing247.com website for this incredibly lengthy article full of entertaining quotations with rather repetitive adjectives from the world of boxing. But nonetheless, everyone's proud to get this all together and most importantly, reach a new audience of boxing fans that will hopefully translate into the professional boxing world and give a lot more opportunity to up and coming boxers, including those who deserve to be in the top 10, top 15 in the heavyweight division, one of my favorite divisions, and most importantly, among the women as well, who are boxing professionally now and also reaching new, very large and very global audiences. Let's move along after my commentary to, oh yes, Ivan Duyko. Ivan Duyko, the giant Kazakh, is edging closer to a shot at the world heavyweight title after being installed in the WBA rankings. He's now ranked number 15 in the world by the sanctioning body, and ahead of his most recent win last month, said he's now focused on landing big fights. As I said previously, aren't they all? Duyko, unbeaten in 12 fights and 11 wins by knockout, will hope the ranking will now give his career a shot in the arm and pave the way for title shots soon. Alexander Usyk, who takes on Anthony Joshua in Saudi Arabia next month, is the WBA super heavyweight champ, while Daniel Dubois is the regular champion. The latest WBA rankings also saw Cesar Mattia Tapia and Jack Bateson move into the top 15 in their respective weight divisions. Super middleweight Tapia is now number 15 and has made it clear he is ready to take on the contenders above him as well, including former world champion Rocky Fielding. The Mexican-Australian defended his WBA Oceania title with an 8-round TKO win in May, and El Tijuanero is now eyeing the fighters at 168 pounds. Leeds hero, that's in the UK, Leeds hero Bateson has now fought his way into the rankings at super bantamweight after picking up the Intercontinental title. The former GB amateur defeated Diego Alberto Reyes on point in June, and knew a spot in the WBA standings would be the reward. And so for the last story of the day, I am brought to the WBO. The Chilean crocodile has continued his ascent up the world rankings as he features in both the WBO and IBF top 10, with his eyes firmly set on world champion Sonny Edwards. Edwards is known as an excellent fighter, a boxing purist dream. Its brash personality reflects in his skills, as recently outclassed the game Muhammad Wasim. Campos, the Chilean crocodile, has moved in a timely manner by his manager, Dragonfire Boxing head honcho, and Oceania Boxing Dynast, Tony Tolj. The Chilean lightweight discussed his career so far and his moving forward. He said, "I'm very happy with how my career has progressed under the guidance of Tony and the Dragonfire team. I'm grateful to be in the world rankings now with many of the sanctioning bodies, and I know I'm in a position to challenge for a world title soon." And on it goes. He said, "I'd love to fight Sonny Edwards. He's a great champion, but he moves a lot. I'm a fighter. I'm a real fighter, and I can fight. So this fight would be interesting as a clash of styles." Lots of fighters, includes, are all bark, no bite. I bite like a crocodile. I'm not ordinary, and I believe that bite takes me to becoming a world champion. And thus, my friends, concludes this episode of Boxing News Today. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk and Fight. I appreciate it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you with Mike Warren, Cedric Ben in the den on Knuckle Up.